Good day. Today is a sunny and crisp day in October. It actually looks really nice outside, and I might want to go for a walk. But I mostly kind of came on here just to share some thoughts on a piece that I've held on to for some time. But haven't shared it, haven't really done anything with it. But the topic overall is important to me. It's hard to contemplate or get out or express my side of it. But it's about a very controversial topic, the afterlife, religion or spirituality, however you feel connected to here and the universe and beyond. I will try to make this as neutral as possible because I think I come from a neutral place. I've been brought up into a Christian family, and some of my family still goes to church regularly. They practice all the standards, but where I've found myself in life, it's a little bit beyond that, I want to say, and more freeing than that. And I don't think it's a wrong thing. I don't think it's a wrong way of life, or I'm gonna go to hell because of it, because I don't follow a set of standards or I don't practice verses. I just think we're all... So I'm just gonna read it. I'm gonna read the post. There's also a second part. I want to say boastful, but it's called Afterlife. Afterlife, something we're all connected to but have a hard time agreeing. Same with troubles of here and now and who is more deserving. Call it luck or boastful intellect, but when I close my eyes, all I can hear are our hearts beating. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? Again, I don't know if I'm using boastful the right way. When it comes to that part, I think more along the lines of who qualifies in this lifetime, and because there are those who don't prove themselves in the right way, they are left behind. I never finished school. I don't have a degree, but I'm noticing as I'm getting older that my mind hasn't failed. I still have the will to learn. I have the will and interest in certain subjects, but where humanity is, I think they view those who don't have proof of knowledge below them, or ignorant, or they don't know anything. And I think there's a confusion with who is deserving in this life, I think. Especially when internet nowadays is just free to the hands of anybody who can afford a phone or a laptop, whatever. You could do public Wi-Fi now, you don't even need your own internet. And not everybody goes on their phone all day and surfs Facebook or Instagram or whatever they do. There are productive people, I want to say, because I'm one of them. I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't take that initiative in searching and looking up things. So I'm very thankful. But I have a journal entry I wrote some time ago, probably before I even considered sharing my writing with everybody. It's somebody once asked me how I feel about religion, and this is what I came up with. And I decided to save it because it sticks with me. Sticks to me. I have a lot of thoughts on afterlife. It's something I live with every day, along with the wonders of religion. I come from a Christian family and have the most respect for them. My own feelings of religion overall have been questioned throughout the years, only because of the perspective I've gained through life. It's not that I don't believe, but maybe I believe in a different kind of way. I strongly believe that we're all connected somehow despite our differences. I feel that we're a part of something greater than ourselves, that maybe we just don't see it from a human perspective. I wonder how a single species can have a variety of beliefs on an overall entity. I can't help but feel that religion teaches us the history of our human perspective, stemmed from across the world, but truth can be found in them all. Like, it goes beyond that. Like, it's just our perspective, but there's something greater than all of us. When I think of the divine, I think of it in its purest form. I believe it's something I feel through meditation. I don't pray verses or follow standards, but I do feel that I count my blessings, and in those moments, I am connected. I can tell you all day what it's like for me in those moments, but no one will ever truly know how it makes me feel. In terms of afterlife, I sometimes wonder if we're already eternal and that it's just our physical bodies that dissipate. Whether or not we end up at some heavenly gates or continue on to the next life that maybe connects to this life, I am uncertain of. I think it's obvious, though, that I'm still on my journey of finding what it means to me. Maybe I'll know for sure after I've died. I do hope my existence has resonance somewhere in the universe. That what I do know completely is that we're all connected to our past, present, and future here, and somehow we leave a footprint. I have my ways of hoping mine are held on to, even if I'm just a small footprint in this big world. Journaling ancestry box, parentheses. Yeah, I'm coming up with a ancestry box, which there is one in my grandma's basement that I want to use, but it's not fireproof, so I might end up just investing in a fireproof box. That way I know for sure it will last forever and ever and ever. But there is a box in my grandma's basement that I'd prefer to use because it's in the family. She's had it for years, and I'd like to refurbish it and paint it and whatever. But save all sorts of things stemming from, I think, at least through my grandparents' years. I have a little bit of things like my grandpa's pocket watch. I'm going to save all my passports. I have a telephone that my grandma gave me. It's like one of those old-fashioned ones with the little spinnies. Just a bunch of random crap. So I feel like I think a lot about the end of my life, and it stops me from enjoying here and now. I get this anxiety like it's gonna disappear and just be forgotten. This way of thinking didn't happen until probably 6 years ago when I went through a traumatic experience, and I can't get it out of my head how fragile life is, but how frivolous we are with it. We always live like we have tomorrow, and then people become so surprised when somebody dies, and we're like, oh, well, that was a shock. Like, really? Was it? So all in all, I think I have a goal in my mind, and the way I'm living is this. The more minimal I live, the less dependent I will be on the system. It makes sense. Like, you think about it, we all give up our weeks and days and time just for fulfilling basic needs, and then what? You go on vacation once or twice a year, and then you call that a life, you call that fulfillment, you call that you're satisfied. I'm not. I think I'm selfish in this, where I'm choosing to be selfish because of what I went through. I'm living life for me. I consider others, but I'm not going to put myself in this position my entire life where I'm forgetting myself in the midst of helping others. I'm a very humanitarian person, I think. Like, I mean, ask anybody. I'm trying to preserve wildlife, and I limit the amount of plastic that I use in my day. I switched to tree-free toilet paper, and it's actually not as bad as people might think. I actually forget that it's tree-free. It's just freaking toilet paper now. I wish a lot of people lived this way and considered their impact. Right now, I am going into my day to motivate myself. To motivate myself in my day is, you're gonna go to work and you're gonna help these people get through what they need to get through. It's a process that you're volunteering, let's say, even though it's for money. But you're going there to help these people that need your help, and at the end of the day, they wouldn't have been able to do it without you, them or the company. But when I get home, I feel empty, and I feel like I trained my mind to be a certain way, and I'm forgetting the way I really should want to be thinking and feeling. So I'm considering remote work, where I can work from my computer anywhere I go. That way it will allow me to travel the world. I think a lot about van life, and I love the idea, but I guess I'm against the whole gas usage and whatever. Then you'll eventually have to replace your engine if you want to keep your home. But I read and I watch a lot of videos on van life, and I love the idea of it. And I think I would work really well, because I work better when I'm in nature, and I could just see myself being happier. I don't necessarily want to do it alone, but the way things are going in my love life, which is none, I'm probably going to end up doing it alone. And just do it to it. Learn it, do it. Money has never been my motivator, and congrats to those who do feel motivated off it, because you have an easier life, maybe, I don't know. But money has never been a motivator for me, maybe because I've seen in my lifetime how easy it could ruin somebody when it's taken away from them. And something so materialistic shouldn't have that power against me or you. For me, money, it looks like money is just hanging me on a string, just like tagging me along type of feeling. I don't know. So I get it, we need it in the system that we live in today and to survive. So I'm willing to work just on my own terms, hopefully. I just started reading up on copywriting. There's this girl, I want to say her name was Sarah Turner. I came across her online though. She's a mentor, I want to say, like she helps people start their own copywriting business, and it sounds feasible and something that I could attain. It's just a matter of gaining knowledge on it. And I get it, like it won't be what I want to write about, but I think it would be a good start, and maybe a way to be my own boss on the road. Maybe one day. We'll see. Lots of ideas. In the writing what I want route, I took my book off the website and I'm currently updating it, editing it, coming out with a re-release. Even when I do come out with that better re-release, I'm not expecting much from it, mostly because I need to market it better, get my ass out there, send letters, go to these small bookstore businesses, and maybe walk around the city and give them as gifts, or just leave them in restaurants. And I don't know, but the way I was doing it before was not working. And it could be a good thing because it wasn't perfected. But I think this time around it will come out to be really nice. And even I'm always told that as a writer, it's hard to make money off of it unless you're like a bestseller or really well known. So I don't have high hopes at this time, but I'm still doing it because it's better to do it and do what you love than to not do it at all. But I can't expect that to be like the Prince Charming in my life to come save me, because it's been a year. I'm sitting on my ass. Speaking of Prince Charming, going back to that, thinking about doing the van life experience on my own, and then considering wanting to have that partner in my life to see the world with me. I don't give dating much effort, I'll say. I really don't. My last boyfriend was 2017, and since then I've kind of dated really lightly. I have been through a lot in my experiences with them, and I don't know if it's like a wall that I have up that I need to knock down, or if I'm really just that aware of other people's behaviors and actions. I also, at least from my perspective on relationships, I think this is just from my end. I feel like relationships could go an entirely different way than where I feel like I've ended up at. Meaning, after there's no such thing as honeymoon phase. I really don't believe that there's a honeymoon phase and then it's just, your relationship is what it is. I think there's something that you find in the beginning of a relationship, like you find this core thing with somebody, this connection that you don't have with anybody else. But when as you're going along, you lose sight of that core thing. That, along with turning into a single, I feel like I've lost myself in relationships, not intentionally, it's just how things played out, where I'm forgetting my own thoughts and feelings about it all. So at this time of my life, I'm taking advantage of me. I've been in relationship after relationship after relationship, all the way up until my last boyfriend. And it's been freeing not having that weight, and it shouldn't even be a weight with the right person, but it's been freeing not having that to worry about or think about. And then I've realized when I have had a potential in the last couple of years, I don't pursue it because of the whole talking phase. Like, I can't do it. I'm such a like I know what I want and I know when I want it, and everybody else, they treat me like an option. At least that's what it feels like. They don't take it seriously. They don't open up. They want instant gratification. The only 2 dates I've been on in the last year, both tried hooking up with me the first night that they met me. And it's upsetting because I really did like the one a lot. Like, it was a date unlike I've ever had before. It was like unlike any other. And after that, that's when my wall went up, and I went home. I took the train home, went home, and I kind of stepped back since that. And almost a year later, I wonder what could have happened or what could have came of that. Like, I don't think that was his only intention. I think he was in the moment. I just don't know anything else though. So I gave it up, and I'm over it. Plus, like I said, I want to be able to travel, and if that's not somebody else's goal, then I don't want to be stuck in Illinois. I cannot fall in love and be stuck in Illinois. It's not happening. I think I've babbled a lot today. Talked and talked. I don't have a lot of writing I want to share. I have a post that I'm going to come up with, though. I have a poem I created. I'll probably just post it as a post, though. And that's about it. If you enjoyed watching this, please subscribe. Is that what people say? All right. Bye.